A weak tennis shot is rarely caused by a lack of effort. In fact, many players are already trying far too hard. They swing as if the tennis ball personally insulted their entire family. Yet somehow the ball still travels across the court with the urgency of a tired delivery driver. The real problem is usually not motivation, it is physics. If you keep swinging harder but the ball refuses to move faster, then your body has a performance bottleneck. Somewhere between your feet and the racket, your power is disappearing. To hit harder, you do not always need more effort. You need less wasted energy. And the first place to start is the kinetic chain. 1. Synchronize your kinetic chain. Most recreational players try to create power from the shoulder, arm, and wrist. Basically, they treat the rest of the body like an audience. But at an elite level, the arm is not the main engine. It is simply the final delivery system. Real power starts at the ground. Your feet push into the court. Your legs produce force. Your hips rotate. Your torso follows. Your shoulder, arm, and hand then transfer that energy into the racket. When this sequence works correctly, the racket accelerates almost effortlessly. But when one segment is late, stiff, or completely asleep, energy leaks out of the system. Your body produces plenty of power, but only a small percentage reaches the ball. The rest becomes unnecessary movement, poor balance, and a facial expression that says, "Why did that shot land near the service line?" Research into high-level ground strokes suggests that a significant portion of racket speed is produced by the legs and trunk, not just the hitting arm. So, if you want more power, stop treating your legs like decorative accessories. Drill 1. Medicine ball slams to racket swings. Perform an explosive medicine ball throw or rotational slam. Then immediately hit several tennis balls at high speed. The medicine ball movement activates the legs, hips, and torso before you use the racket. This helps your nervous system understand that a powerful tennis stroke is a full body action, not an aggressive arm-waving competition. Throw explosively, then pick up the racket and recreate the same ground-up power. The goal is to feel the legs and torso launching the arm forward. Drill 2. Heavier racket shadow swings. Perform shadow swings using a slightly weighted training racket or a racket with the cover still attached. The extra weight or air resistance exaggerates any weakness in your movement pattern. When the kinetic chain is smooth, the racket will travel through the swing naturally. When your sequencing is poor, the racket will expose you immediately. You may feel your shoulder pulling too early, your hips arriving late, or your arm trying to complete the entire swing by itself. Focus on initiating the movement with the legs and core. However, do not use excessive weight. The goal is to improve coordination, not prepare for a medieval sword fight. Drill 3. Step in forehands. Move forward into the court as you strike the ball. This ensures that your body weight and momentum travel toward the target instead of sideways, backward, or toward another postcode. A good step in forehand combines forward momentum with rotation. Your feet position the body. Your legs drive. Your hips and torso rotate. The racket then accelerates through the ball. When your momentum is moving in the same direction as your shot, power becomes much easier to produce. 2. Stop strangling the racket. Tension is one of the biggest enemies of racket head speed. Many players grip the racket as if it is trying to escape. But squeezing harder does not create more power. It often does the opposite. A tight grip increases tension in the forearm, restricts the wrist, and reduces the natural whipping action of the racket. It is like placing a speed limiter on a racing car and then blaming the engine for being slow. Elite power comes from supple strength. That means staying relaxed during the preparation and acceleration phases, then becoming firm only around the moment of contact. On a scale from 1 to 10, a grip tension of roughly 4 allows the racket to move freely. A grip tension of 9 turns your arm into a rigid, slow lever. You may feel strong, but your racket will move like it is underwater. Roger Federer's forehand looked effortless because his hitting arm remained remarkably fluid during the swing. The acceleration happened without unnecessary muscular tension. Only near contact did the system become stable enough to control the racket. By contrast, stiff joints often create late contact, reduced racket speed, and more vibration traveling into the hand and elbow. A simple grip pressure guide could look like this. During preparation, 3 out of 10. During acceleration, 4 out of 10. At contact, briefly 5 or 6 out of 10. After contact, return to a relaxed grip. You are controlling the racket, not interrogating it. Drill 1. The 3-finger swing. Hit controlled ground strokes using fewer fingers on the handle. For the forehand, lightly remove or relax the thumb and index finger. For some backhand or serving variations, Reduce pressure from the pinky and ring finger, because fewer fingers are available to squeeze. Your forearm is forced to stay more relaxed. Start slowly and use soft tennis balls if necessary. This is a coordination drill, not a challenge to see how far you can accidentally launch your racket. Drill 2. The wind noise experiment. Perform fast shadow swings and listen to the sound of the racket moving through the air. The louder and sharper the whoosh, the faster the racket head is traveling. Now repeat the movement while relaxing your shoulder, forearm, and hand. Most players discover that the racket produces a louder sound when they use less tension. This feels strange at first. Your brain may insist that more effort must create more speed. The racket will politely prove your brain wrong. Try to make the sound louder, later, and longer without forcing the movement. Ideally, the loudest part of the swing should happen near the contact zone. Drill 3. The bird visualization. Imagine that you are holding a small bird in your hitting hand. You must hold it firmly enough that it does not fly away, but gently enough that you do not crush it. This is the feeling you want on the racket handle. Secure but relaxed, controlled but not rigid. Of course, please use your imagination. Do not bring an actual bird onto the tennis court. Your coach already has enough problems. 3. Improve thoracic mobility. Now let us talk about rotation. The lower back is primarily designed to provide stability. The middle and upper back, especially the thoracic spine, should provide much of the rotation. Unfortunately, many players have a stiff thoracic spine. When the upper back refuses to rotate, the lower back is forced to compensate. The result is limited swing range, poor unit turns, uncomfortable movement, and sometimes pain. It is the physical equivalent of one employee doing the entire group project. Elite players usually possess excellent thoracic mobility. This allows them to create a large shoulder turn without excessively twisting the hips or lower back. Better thoracic rotation improves your reach on wide balls, increases the length of your swing, and helps create a stronger serve position. If your upper body can rotate efficiently, you can store more elastic energy before accelerating forward. Drill 1. Open books. Lie on your side with your hips and knees bent. Extend both arms in front of you. Then rotate the top arm across your body toward the floor behind you. Keep the knees together and allow the upper back to rotate. Move slowly and breathe deeply. The goal is to open the chest and thoracic spine, not dramatically throw yourself onto the floor like the final scene of a movie. Drill 2. Cat-cow. Begin on your hands and knees. Slowly alternate between rounding and extending the spine. Focus on moving one section at a time. Cat-cow improves segmental control throughout the spine and helps players become more aware of how their back moves. It may not look impressive, but neither does being unable to rotate for a forehand. Drill 3. Thoracic foam rolling. Place a foam roller beneath the upper back. Support your head and gently extend over the roller. Move through several areas of the thoracic spine. This can reduce stiffness and help you access a deeper, more comfortable rotation. Avoid aggressively rolling the lower back. Remember, we are improving mobility, not trying to flatten the spine like pizza dough. Drill 4. Quadruped rotations. Start on your hands and knees. Place one hand behind your head. Rotate the elbow toward the supporting arm. Then open the elbow toward the ceiling. Keep your hips stable. This teaches the upper body to rotate while the lower body remains controlled. That skill transfers directly to the unit turn in tennis. 4. Power depends on sequence. Speed is the result of order, not chaos. If your arm starts moving before your hips, your kinetic chain loses its advantage. Think of your body as a whip. Each segment accelerates, slows down, and transfers energy to the next segment. In a powerful tennis stroke, the legs initiate the action. Then the hips rotate, the torso follows. The shoulder and arm accelerate next. Finally, the racket head explodes through the contact zone. The racket should be the last major part of the system to move forward. If every body part moves at maximum speed at the same time, the result is not more power. It is one large, uncoordinated movement. This is why muscling the ball often makes the shot slower. You recruit every muscle simultaneously, become stiff, and destroy the natural sequence. It feels powerful. It looks intense. The ball remains unimpressed. Drill 1. The racket lag drills. Begin the forward swing while consciously allowing the racket head to remain behind the hand. Do not force the wrist into an extreme position. Simply feel the hand and handle beginning to move while the racket head follows slightly later. This lag creates elastic energy and allows the racket to accelerate rapidly into contact. The key is relaxation. Forced lag is usually just an uncomfortable wrist position wearing a scientific costume. Drill 2. Slow to fast shadow swings. Perform the complete stroke at approximately 10% speed. At this pace, Focus only on the correct order. Feet, legs, hips, torso, arm, racket. Once the sequence feels smooth, increase to 30%. Then 50%, 70%, and finally full speed. Many players skip directly to maximum speed and hope that coordination will somehow appear. It usually does not. Slow practice gives your nervous system time to learn the movement correctly before intensity is added. Drill 3. Kneeling medicine ball throws. Kneel on the ground and perform rotational medicine ball throws. Because the legs are removed from the movement, the drill forces you to coordinate the torso, shoulder, and arms. This makes it easier to understand the transfer of energy from the trunk into the upper body. Once that sequence improves, return to a standing position and reconnect it with the legs. The final stroke should feel like one continuous wave of energy traveling from the ground into the racket. The final lesson. A powerful tennis shot is not created by attacking the ball with more anger. It is created by transferring energy more efficiently. Use the ground. Synchronize the legs, hips, torso, and arm. Relax your grip. Improve your thoracic rotation. Let each body segment move in the correct order. When everything works together, the racket becomes faster without the swing feeling harder. That is the strange truth about elite power. The best players often look as though they are barely trying. Meanwhile, the ball leaves the racket at a speed that makes everyone else reconsider their life choices. So, the next time your shot feels weak, do not immediately swing harder. Check where the energy is leaking. Because effort creates fatigue, efficiency creates speed.